It is time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with The Nation newspaper. And the major story here, Rivers crisis deepens. The riders, Amaewhule-led lawmakers issue governor 7 days ultimatum. Fubara inaugurates the EXCO member cleared by Okojombo to others. Court bars CJ clerk from dealings with 27 assembly members. Another story here, petrol queues spread to Lagos. Nigeria Air 2.6 billion naira investigation. EFCC quizzes Ethiopian airline CEO. Nigeria owing us $211,000. Sirica breached agreement. Ondo shifts council poll indefinitely. And another story here. Lagos accounts for 104 out of 113 cholera cases in 1 week. Some stories you find on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And to the salient times, Pro-Wike Rivers Assembly hands Fubara 7 days ultimatum to represent 2024 budget. Court bars the Rivers CJ clerk from accepting Amaewhule's impeachment notice. Fubara swears in, Commissioner declares Okojombo-led assembly legitimate. Appeal court strikes out suit by Pro-Wike local government chairman. And another story here, Nigerian doctor aims to break world record for largest drawing. Hunger, federal government announces plans to import 500,000 metric tons of maize, wheat. Chinua Achebe's daughter, Maureen, wins Harvard Medical School award. Some stories you find on the front page of the Salient Times. To the First News newspaper now. Fubara fights back. Bold moves to counter Amaewhule-led assembly's 7-day ultimatum as fresh court order restrains Rivers Chief Judge, assembly clerk from dealing with Pro-Wike lawmakers. Hardship, Tinubu government unveils comprehensive measures to tackle high food prices as suspends import duties, tax on rice, wheat, maize, others. Some stories on the front page of the First News newspaper. To the Punch newspaper now, federal government suspends food imports duty, partner states on farming. The riders there, government launches 5-month duty-free import window for maize, rice, wheat, others. Federal government to partner governors, military to cultivate arable lands, support smallholder firms. And the picture story there says, outrage as Russian missiles kill 33 in Ukraine children hospital. A sad one there. At the top corner, queue spread as petrol hits 1,100 naira per litre in Abuja. Others. Marketers awaiting products from NNPC, says Petron. And those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Punch newspaper. To the blueprint now, federal government tackles food crisis. Others, importation of duty-free grains. Assures standard of rice, maize, beans won't be compromised to subject food items to regulated retail price. And another story here. To sports, Olympics, sports minister hands over Team Nigeria to NOC. Those are some stories you find on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. And to the Daily Independent. Federal government rolls out measures to crash high food prices. Suspends taxes on importation of food commodities to import 250,000 metric tons of wheat, 250,000 metric tons of maize. And this story here says, no tenure elongation for Rivers local government chairman, appeal court rules. Some stories you find on the front page of the Daily Independent. And to the Vanguard newspaper, federal government opts for duty-free imports of rice, beans, wheat, other grains. It will impact on inflation, Nasima is saying. A step in the right direction, CPPE, Farmer Action Aid boss also react. End of the road for 9 billionaire kidnappers in Lagos. Another story here. Scarcity, NNPCL blames logistics, flooding as petrol queues grow longer. Some stories you find on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. To the Daily Times now. And the major story here, APC doing well for Nigerians in spite of challenges. Governor Hope Uzodinma speaking said that. Says Tinubu putting in place policies to address country's current economic challenges. Very soon, Nigerians will be jubilant about how Tinubu has managed to navigate the waters. Those are some stories you find on the front page of the Daily Times. Lamide.
And I begin here with this Nigeria on the minimum wage. States have enough resources to pay, says Akpabio. Rather, there says private sector will be worst hit by new implementation. NAS will pass wage bill expeditiously, Abbas pledges. Amaewhule-led Rivers Assembly gives Fubara 7 days to represent 2024 budget. Again, bandits attack Katsina community, kidnap 25 persons. On the top right, federal government suspend taxes on importation of food commodities. Man attempts suicide climbs 120-meter mast in Abuja. LASU student stage peaceful protest over additional fee. This is some of the stories making the front page of this Nigeria. To the Daily Trust. Pressure mounts on federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu. The Radar there says only one option available after political arguments. Federal government plans waivers on rice, wheat, others. NPC proposes November 24 for national census. Again, bandits kill 1. Abduct 22 in Katsina. The story is making the front page of Daily Trust. To Nigerian News Direct, Kaduna journalist family still in captivity, no contact established. Rather, there says as Danhono community resident desert homes, ensure you rescue our colleagues on heart. NUJ tax government security agencies. Journalists should not be the target of kidnapping. The police still combed in forest to rescue victims. And on the fuel scarcity, NNPC blames weather for disrupting movement of PMS. Federal government suspends tax on rice, maize, other staples. The story is making the front page of Nigerian News Direct. To the Inquirer, Abuja records 266 fire incidents in the first half of 2024. The Radar there says FCTA declares it an emergency, markets identified as major culprits. EFCC goes cold on Beto Edu 6 months after. The Radar there says court orders another minister to account for 729 billion naira. The major stories on the front page of the Inquirer. To the Platform Times. How a lack of stable electricity puts patients' lives in danger in Ogun Hospital. Man climbs mast in Abuja, demands government action. Bode George canvasses state police to tackle insurgency. Customs sees 770 million naira in contraband, boosts revenue with 92 million naira in 3 months. And the federal government allocates 732 billion naira for empowerment in 2024 budget, surpassing health sector allocation. Court bars Rivers Chief Judge Clerk from recognizing Amaewhule-led assembly. The story is on the front page of Platform Times. To the New Telegraph. Nigeria's reliance on 18-year-old census data misleading policy decisions, according to the NPC. The Radar there says timely headcount required to generate reliable data that will address various population group needs. Pro-Fubara, Wike speakers, lawmakers hold parallel sit-ins. Okojumbo screens Commissioner nominee as Amaewhule gives a government ultimatum on 2024 budget. 48 hours after, whereabouts of abducted Kaduna journalist families unknown, Northern elders, Arewa youth, demand release The federal government suspends duties, taxes on food items for 150 days. Relocation of correctional centers needed for prison services reform. And outside Nigeria, Biden tells Democrats in Congress it will not drop out. The story is making the front page of New Telegraph. To the leadership on the fuel scarcity, NNPCL marketers pass the buck as queues spread. The radar there says motorists stranded, black marketers flood Abuja streets, supply portal down, we cannot make orders. NNPCL blames logistic challenges, flooding for scarcity. NASMO's death penalty for vandals of national assets. And stakeholders caution the federal government over ban on used vehicle importation. The story is making the front page of leadership. And finally, on Sporting Live, showdown talks contain the sides on Osimhen today. Nigerian expected to inform Italian coach of his future plans. Napoli hopes PSG can buy Eagles striker. Oshuala Kanu expected as 12 Falcons train in Sevilla. Man City move from Grealish replacement. And Griezmann not scared of Spain. These are the major stories on the Sporting Life. Veronica.
All right. Stories dominating the papers this morning, focusing on government's decision to opt for duty-free imports of rice, beans, wheat, and grains. And that will be done for a period of 6 months, I think. So you can get details of that story and any other story